hello. Now it can be quite tasking switching gears when that alarm goes off after being disconnected from work mode.
Oh, yes, indeed. Coming back to work after a long holiday can be a struggle, but hey, we are here to help you start off gently, slowly, till, well, you get the grasp of everything and you kind of like settle out.
Yeah, remember, things work out best for those who make the best of how things work out. Good morning and welcome. It's your numero uno breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, indeed. That's right. It's a fresh out of the oven Tuesday edition, specially curated for your viewing pleasure. Trust me, we have a great lineup for you guys out there. My name is Mazino Appeal.
And I'm Titi Layo Onyusong. And that's Mike Mesikeno right there.
Morning, yeah, like you said, fresh out of the oven.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Hot and get bread, just what got into my mind now this morning. Very hot one with very, very cold juice.
Yes, indeed. That could
The
work.
combination is, but with bean cake in the middle.
Talking about cake, over the weekend, somebody was looking for their cake and wine. I don't know if you saw that one.
Oh.
In any case.
Cake and wine. It was online. It was so weird.
I think I did. I did.
Anyhow, Wake Up Nigeria is on across social media platforms. Please make sure that you follow us. We are at TVC Connect. It's going to be great, this show. We promise you that for sure. Also, you want to use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
Now, something we've been looking forward to this week, we're going to be having our parenting segment with a brand new coach joining us. Now, we have family coach and marriage counselor, Pastor Bisi Adewale. Now, she's also an accountant by training, but called and trained as a family builder to revive, repair, and rejuvenate all dilapidated homes. Now, we'll be talking about transgenerational parenting. Now, this means we parent the way we were parented. That's basically what that talks about. There's a lot to discuss in that area.
Righty.
Sam Kingpin is going to be having an amazing performance a little later on the show. Now, as you can see from the swag in that video, that must be quite an experience. You want to stay tuned for that one.
On the health today, Toyin Lulu Ogumade, the founder of Precious Conceptions Nigeria, foremost holistic family building consultancy for couples trying to conceive, will be joining us to share her surrogacy experience. Toyin Ogumade has a burning desire in demystifying infertility and eradicate the societal stigma attached to it through advocacy, education, and also awareness.
And finally, we'll be joined by Afro-pop sensation Okiemute. When we talk to her, you'll find out more about this amazing singer, songwriter, and performer. She rose to fame after winning the 9th edition of the music reality show Project Fame West Africa 2016. She hasn't stopped making music, people. You'll find out more when she gets here.
Yes, you're welcome. It's a brand new edition.
Yeah.
Tuesday fresh out of the oven.
Yeah.
Now, by the way, her name segues right into what I wanted to talk about today.
Okay.
It's Okiemute.
Okiemute. Okay.
Yeah.
So I sort of funkified it by Okiemute.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
My name is Funkified. Mazino is Funkified. Actually.
Okay, what is that? What is
It's actually Mazino.
Mazino?
It's a step down.
Mazino.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I would never have guessed. Should I do my own?
What?
Titi Layomi.
See, everybody funkifies everything.
It's not funkified.
They
Yeah.
funkified mine so much that I don't even remember my name sometimes.
I mean, if a Spanish should pronounce a Nigerian name, it's funkified. It's how we know.
It's how he, yeah.
Okay.
The way we pronounce it.
Spanish name is how we know to pronounce
Which is
it.
funny because Thandi Newton yesterday said that she's reclaiming her name. Her name has never been Thandi. It's actually Thandiwe.
South African name.
No, her
like
mother's Zimbabwean.
Zimbabwean.
Yes.
Oh.
So she says it actually happened after her first movie when it was misspelled as Thandi. Maybe it's something, hey,
Yeah.
Thandi instead of
Yeah.
Thandiwe, Thandi.
Yeah.
But after that, every single production she had, it was just, she was just called Thandi Newton. But
Yeah.
now she's going back from now on. Every time you want to quote her or call her name, it should be Thandiwe.
Thandiwe.
Newton.
That's
She could have
nice.
changed that any time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
If she wanted to.
And I know people have had to suffer through that before.
I'm suffering through it right now.
Because people call you Mazino.
Yeah, well, Mazino isn't even the name that's on my passport.
Okay, what's
it's
the...
Maziakwano.
Oh, wow.
So it's shortened. Even Maziakwano itself is even shortened. So, well, let's not get to that. I think I've done that before on the show. I'm not going to do that again.
Then you think about people like John Boyega, who had to drop the G.
He did?
He dropped the G
But
in
there
the
wasn't-
Boyega.
He did?
Well, it's dropped. I don't know whether it was him that did it or his management, but it was dropped. Yeah.
For whatever reason, Sha. So I had a good night. Because I saw a good movie.
Oh, I can imagine.
Because I saw a good movie and it was a late night movie and the experience as it was
Nobody. That's the title.
It was something.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah, I saw the trailer a long time ago.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about it, but now that you reminded me, I'm definitely going to see. I think it's something that I'm going to like.
John Wick
And Home Alone.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Then I'm definitely seeing.
yeah, I was.
Let's do the news. Let's get on with the show. Welcome. It's Wake Up Nigeria.
It's about time for us to take the news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. The situation in Imo State is ringing a bell in neighboring Abia State as the government has declared a curfew on the capital, Umuahia, and Aba, the state's commercial city. The curfew, which takes effect it took effect yesterday night, will last between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. And this follows security report received from multiple sources and informed need to continue to protect citizens and residents of the state. A statement signed by the Commissioner for Information, John Okiemute, says security agencies have been directed to ensure strict enforcement and compliance with the directive. Only those on essential services with proper identification are exempted from the curfew. In the early hours of today, around 2,000 inmates of the correctional center in Owerri, capital of Imo State, were freed when gunmen attacked the facility. Headquarters of the State Police Command was also attacked and burnt. Oshimbajo, on the Ebonyi attack, we have this information still in the southeast. The Vice President, Professor Oshimbajo, says the federal government will do everything to ensure that security is beefed up in communities affected by recent communal clashes and violent attacks on Ebonyi State. The professor said this during his Sunday visit to the state. He condemned the attacks and sympathized with the victims, describing the acts as cowardly, wicked, and very deeply distressing, identifying that the lives lost cannot be replaced. The vice president pledged that the families seeking justice will get it and will also be supported, assuring the people of improved security in the affected areas. The vice president added that the National Emergency Management Agency would assess the incidents so as to provide support to victims and help rebuilding the affected communities. Also, the vice president has expressed deep sadness over the passing of the director of Ford Foundation West Africa, Innocent Chukwuma, who died on Saturday. Professor Oshimbajo also commiserated with the family members, friends, and associates of the late civil society leader, noting that Nigeria has lost a thoroughbred social activist whose relentless pursuit of justice and the common good will be an enduring legacy. In a personal tribute through his senior special assistant on media and publicity, Laolu Akonde, the vice president described Innocent Chukwuma as a friend and collaborator of many years. He prayed God to comfort his wife, family, and loved ones, and blessings on his memory and legacy. The Nigerian Air Force has denied reports by an online publication that the wreckage of the missing NAF Alpha jet was found in Bama, Borno State. The publication also claimed the body of one of the pilots was also found. In a statement by the Air Force Director of Public Relations, Air Commodore Edward Gabwet, from the day the reader of the aircraft lost contact control on the 31st of March. As a professional fighting force, it has been keeping members of its public abreast and updated on the matter. The Air Force described the report as disheartening, noting unverified stories could be published without any effort to confirm its veracity from the Nigerian Air Force. The statement adds that while search and rescue efforts are being sustained until the wreckage of the aircraft is found, the Nigerian Air Force wishes to reassure the general public that it shall be informed of any update regarding the missing aircraft. go! And that's all we have time for on the news update.
Thank you and welcome. If only you knew the shenanigans that Mary gets up to, but it's all good. Hey, let's do the papers this morning. We've got some headlines for you while you're stepping out and perhaps maybe picking these. Let's already give you a preview of what to expect. We start from the Punch newspaper this morning and we have this headline here. FG sounds tough. IG fingers IPOB as gunmen free 1,844 Imo inmates. Buhari calls attackers terrorists, demands arrest, prosecution of masterminds. Ohaneze expresses worry over rising attacks. Ikpezu declares curfew in Abia. Jesus Christ has risen. You have no reason to be here again, gunmen tell inmates. At the top of the Punch paper, Asman reshuffles management after NCAA audit, and NARD orders COVID-19 doctors to join strike, threatens 5 million naira fine. Fuel marketing firms suffer 331.45 or rather 0.54 billion revenue drop. That on page 15. And on same page, debt exceeds revenues in Lagos, Cross River, FCT, and other states. That will be it for the Punch paper this morning. Let's move on now to our next paper, and that will be The Nation. On the front page of The Nation paper, big headline here. Night of horror in Owerri. 38 vehicles destroyed, 1,844 inmates freed in attack on police headquarters, prisons, and it's terrorism, says Buhari. IG, IPOB did it. Separatist group denies involvement. IBA imposes curfew. And timeline on attacks in southeast on the inside. That on page 5 through 31, or rather 33. At the top of The Nation newspaper this morning, Prince Emiko is Olu of Warri designate. 90 days mourning for Ikewoli. And doctors tag Ngige Ehanire saboteurs. Government to pay salary in arrears. And Odumaki, a dogged fighter. Patriots say, says Tinubu. And changing your PFA option to consider. That on page 11. Let's see what else we have on the front page of The Nation. We have the photo story here of the correctional facility in Owerri that was attacked only just yesterday. You can see the burned vehicles and building. We move on now to our next headline on for the next newspaper. That will be the Daily Sun this morning. And the front page for the Daily Sun has this: banditry, kidnapping, FG under pressure to name sponsors. Ohaneze Middle Belt Forum, Arawa Youths, others challenge presidency to expose, prosecute those involved if it knows them. And at the top, JUSUN directs members to shut down courts from today. NBA begs union to shelve plans. And at the bottom of The Nation, or rather the Daily Sun, tension, fear in Imo after bomb attacks on police headquarters in prison. Attackers tell inmates, go home, Jesus has risen, you have no reason to be here anymore. And President to security agents, end this anarchy now. It's attack on the soul of our nation, says the IGP, and we didn't do it, say IPOB. And lastly, for the Daily Sun at the bottom, insecurity. Ikpeazu imposes curfew on Umuahia and Abadat on page 26. We move on now to the Tribune this morning. Owerri jailbreak, the first headline that greets you. Machine guns, explosives used to free 1,844 inmates in police prisons. Constables shot, vehicles burned, police command raised. Attackers are terrorists, say the president. Once again, we see the pictures from that instance. And to the side of that, 5 of 38, or rather 39 abducted Forestry College Kaduna students regain freedom. And doctor strike illegal. NMA suffering from leadership failure, say minister, on page 31. And that indeed will be all we can take for the dailies this morning. Do find time to read them, maybe even bring us into your conversations on social media. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Yeah. I do, Mary.
I'm fine.
Like a dress.
Doing? Oh, thank you.
Look like
What?
It has this.
What?
Don't worry, don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mike,
so,
you know, whenever you do this description, I'm always scared.
no, what I did. This is what I did.
It's a very...
This just reminded me of when I posted one beautiful.
Off your mic, it's okay. It's okay.
I want to hear the
Maybe-
story later.
Maybe your mic is here. Please off your mic. All right. So have you guys ever had a position on something, a stand on something, and later on you submitted to superior and updated information? Has it ever happened to you?
Yes.
Everybody must have.
Yes, I've definitely done
Everybody
that.
must have,
Yeah,
yeah?
and I just agreed, based on new knowledge, new experiences, and of course, humbling myself enough to know that, you know what, I was wrong. You
And
know,
I think that's the
backtrack.
process of life, evolution. You always there's something better than what you know now,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
so FFK has been in the news for the past few days. That's Fani Kayode, and that's because he was a proponent of some theories about the COVID vaccine, and he went all out,
Yeah.
about tips and all of that. The problem a lot of people have with the
With it.
vaccine.
Yeah.
That was doing, when it was there, when, there was news of the vaccine being made ready and all of that. But quite interesting, he came up on social media with a picture of himself taking the vaccine and graciously said that he submitted.
Graciously.
Yeah, well, I was going to
Yes.
say.
Do
great.
you know why? Because that thing is not easy. Not everybody will do that.
Yeah. He could have actually
He could
taken
have,
it.
yes.
He could have taken it in private
And just keep
and
quiet.
kept quiet.
And not say anything.
Lock up.
You know, this thing you just said just reminds me of a certain person whose son tested positive last year.
Okay.
And then they quickly came to the media and said he tested positive and they had no control over it. This is somebody that did not self-isolate after arrival. But of course, what do? You quickly go out there. Remember,
So
there
you
was
feel
something, I think Sose said yesterday about the information you put out. No, it wasn't Sose, it was Jazzy about his marriage. He said something about a new house he bought, that sometimes it's best to be the one to put your news out there, so that when people want to twist the gist later, you have already put
All the
yeah.
information
So
you need.
it to be a case of but he said that is
she
exactly what happened, because there is no way somebody there would not have taken a photo of him taking his vaccine,
Yeah, so he was
and it
trying
did
to-
not make it to
So
the
he
internet.
was definitely, he was like,
It was a case of
this is gonna
before
get
this
out
thing
there
goes
anyway.
out. So
Yeah,
let me
okay,
quickly-
okay,
What
but
What Mary
Somebody
is trying to
mentioned
say is that he was trying to cover his ass.
He was
I
trying to
didn't
cover
say
it.
that.
Yeah, I was not so sure. Okay, but
I did not say that.
they should
though.
have a vaccine. This is a topic that many people have avoided in public. I'm going to put you guys on the spot.
Put me on the
I'm going
spot.
to put you guys. Mary, no,
You know,
laugh.
me,
Yeah, I
I
am ready.
I'm
You
scared
be
to
laughing.
pray for her.
Let's start with
Yeah,
Titi.
Wow.
Titi, when you take the vaccine, do you believe in the theories about, a chip and all
So
of that? When you take the
I
vaccine?
believe that there's a no smoke without fire kind of thing going on.
Okay.
There could be some facts hidden within all the other conspiracy theories about what could be happening with the vaccine. We just never know. But the truth is, there have been so many vaccines that people have taken over decades, with all the same theories, almost very similar theories put to them. But we still take our kids for immunization as babies. There's a reason why. Things like polio, things like measles, mumps, rubella, chickenpox, malaria. There's even a malaria. Yes, there's even a malaria vaccine now. Yellow fever and all of those things. Everything. So the thing is, I believe it's better to stay on the side of caution. That's just me.
So
and I plan
have you
to.
taken
Yes.
it?
No, I haven't.
But
yet.
did you know you
I plan to.
could go take yours with your ID card?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'll give you the gist
I didn't
later.
know. I didn't know.
Oh, real quick. First off, there's no vaccine for malaria, but they're working on
no,
it. Secondly, what I think,
It's
what I'm just
it's
going
not
to,
a
I'm
vaccine.
being
They call it. They
patient.
call it something else.
I'm being patient.
You're being patient,
I'm not,
right?
either way about it, but I know that eventually, perhaps, we're all
Perhaps.
definitely going to have to.
Okay, we'll continue.
Yeah.
Mary,
Me
you got
and
to very
him
start.
will
Yeah,
continue
we'll
later.
this.
We have to say our own.
Let's take this time out. This was quite interesting.
What is life without food, really?
Nothing.
Exactly. Like, what would you eat? How would you survive? How would you have the energy to do what Mazino is doing behind the cameras right now? It's because of the food, I know, right? Well, welcome to the Kitchen Radio on Wake Up Nigeria. Our chef is Chef Shebi Otimo. As it is, breakfast today is a delicacy, one that I am particularly looking forward to. For Ijebu people, move closer. What is for breakfast? Note my use of the Wakanda kind of So we're having ikokore.
Some parts called ikokore.
Uh-huh.
Some parts called ifokore.
Ifokore, ikokore, ichopkore. The most important thing is to chop it.
We are doing elite ifoko for the table people.
Elite ifoko.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get started. Let's not talk too much. Let's talk about the ingredients.
Too much.
You have turned it to elite.
Okay, let's talk about the ingredients.
Okay.
This is our turkey.
Okay.
Our stock fish of different kinds. We have shawa, agbodo, panla, pomo, elemeji.
Hey.
Onions, blended crayfish, our pepper, and the secret of the recipe. No.
Kai. Kono.
No.
That's what we're going to be making use of, as well as yam. Okay. So what kind of yam is this?
Ewura.
Ewura.
Yes. Popular known as ewura.
Ewura. So when I go to the market, but if it's for somebody who doesn't speak Yoruba that sells this, so I tell them water yam. Okay. So you go to the market, you ask for water yam. Note, water yam is different from the regular yam. It might look similar, but it's very different. And you will see what makes it different. Please, can you cut it up? Let's see what it looks like.
Okay.
Yes, so that people can tell the difference when they buy it. The difference is not in the view. The difference, you will see the difference now. See?
It's whiter.
And then it's somewhat slimy. Okay? So the moment you get that in your yam, especially when you go to the market and you ask for yam, and then you cut the yam, and you see that slime, you just say, it's like, it's the coconut I'm going to cook today. It's not going to be yam pottage anything. Though, of course, technically, it's like water yam pottage, except with a twist because of all the things you have to put inside. It's never complete until you have those things in it. So that's our turkey. So you season it with salt. Okay? And, of course, we'll make use of quinoa. Yes, that's what we're going to put inside it. How many do you need?
Just one.
Okay, because we only have a few pieces of turkey. So, crayfish to boil turkey. Why haven't I never thought of that? Are you serious? Crayfish to boil turkey? What does it do to it? It enhances the flavor.
Exactly.
I've never done that before. Like never.
But if you are not, if you are using this, you can also use crayfish. It gives one special taste.
Like I was at my aunt's place recently, and all she used to boil chicken, believe it or not, was salt, crayfish, and iru. But you should have tasted that chicken.
Oh my God!
My goodness.
I can imagine. We have some people that now they don't take seasoning. Only crayfish and onions, and they are good. And by the time you taste that food, more by good.
But whatever the case may be, right here in the kitchen, we always make use of quinoa because we believe it's just right for us, really. It's just right for us. Okay, so we're going to get on with our cooking here. She's going to do some cutting, we'll do some washing up and all. By the time we get back, don't worry. The food will be ready to cook and you can follow up yourself. Let's join Titi right now.
Thanks, Mary. Now, when Chef Shibutimo is around, you know there's going to be something tasty in the kitchen. It's about time for our parenting segment. Every Tuesday, we talk parenting. And today, we have family coach and marriage counselor, Pastor Bisi Adewale. Now, an accountant by training, but called and trained as a family builder to revive, repair, and rejuvenate all dilapidated homes. We're going to be talking about something very important, transgenerational parenting. This basically means we parent the way we were parented. Have you ever thought about this before? It's a very interesting topic that we've raised here. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning.
So,
thank you for having me today.
I have to, thank you for joining us. I have to say, a very deep topic we've decided to touch on today. Transgenerational parenting. How can we shed more light on what it actually is? Because from our previous discussion, you mentioned the fact that a lot of people are rearing children, not actually parenting them. So what did you mean by that?
Maybe I should come this way. Transgenerational parenting is the kind of parenting work that is focused on parents putting their beliefs, their values, their way of life, inculcating it or infusing it into their children so that their children can go ahead and do the same thing in their own children, and their own children will go ahead and do the same thing. You will discover that this kind of thing is lacking or is failing in Africa now. Our culture, our dressing, our way of life is actually being is disappearing because we are not conscious of transferring our beliefs. In Yoruba land, there is this thing they call the Omoluabi in those days, whereby without anybody monitoring you, there are some things you will not do. When I was growing up, there are things you see by the village, by people will set their yam and nobody will be there. Somebody will buy and put money beside. The Omoluabi spirit inside of you, we say, buy the yam, put the money there. The next person that want to buy will make money, put his own money and go away. If you do it today, they will carry the yam, carry the money and carry the owner of the yam. That is the level in which we are, because we didn't pass that culture, that we didn't transfer it into the new generation.
Okay, so let's touch on the word transgenerational. So a lot of people, whenever they hear things from the past, they think of archaic things. They think of things that are not modern or unorthodox. And they also consider a lot of these things to be, in some ways, barbaric. I'm talking about using the rod on a child, for instance. We are focusing today on those key issues, key parenting things that, or key things that parents have brought from their parents and passed down to their children. I'm getting lost in a circle of questions here because I remember hearing so many messages from my parents that I didn't think were actually good enough for me then. I was a rebel. I was loud, boisterous. In fact, my father told me so many things that I remember today that I just didn't want to listen to. How can we instill these things in our children in a more modern way?
The truth is, to make a child, we have the past, the present. We mix the two together to prepare them for their future. Many of the things that a child will just wake up, this thing is barbaric, this thing is, it is according to the level of their own knowledge. Then the way the parent present it matters too. So we need to begin to learn about the past, learn about the future, learn about the present, then present it in such a way that it will help the child to go. I usually tell parents, whenever we are training them, that you must create what they call atmosphere of love. When there is atmosphere of love, a child will listen to you and won't say anything you are doing is barbaric. They will follow you. And when you are friends, you know what friendship simply means is I listen to you, you listen to me. It's conversational. It's not dictatorial. You are not shouting on them. You didn't bring out rod and begin to hit them. An average African parent believes kicking, beating is the way of parenting. So
you're saying we shouldn't bring those forward?
Now, what I'm saying is I'm for both discipline, what we call it balanced parenting. You discipline a child. When you, in Africa, we do what we call child abuse by kicking, doing a lot of, in Europe, they do what they call child indulgence. So what makes a whole child is the balanced parenting. When a child needs to be disciplined, you discipline, but what kind of discipline? What manner of discipline? When you leave a child to himself, even the Bible says the child will be destroyed. So that is why we must be able to sit down, look at what we want to present to them. Oh, many of the things we are still learning in school now, they were the curriculum of years back. Why are we not calling them old schools? The HCF, LCF, they taught me in primary one, they are still teaching my own children now. So that is why we just need to make it more modern, sit down with them, learn, and let them know that it is in their own good pleasure. Not for me as a parent, but for you. An average child may become a rebel when you are just stuffing your knowledge, your wisdom, your whatever you want into his art or art without creating relationship first. When there is relationship, you know, an average father will just be an emperor in his empire, commander-in-chief of family forces, and just come out with a raw, you must not eat egg in this house, you must not do this. An average child will obey in submission to a level.
Okay.
And by the time that child gets to 13, 14, 15 and begin to mood, begin to develop himself, and friends begin to talk to him or her and things like that, the child will begin. And because there's no love, there's no relationship, there's no feedback, there's no way the child can talk to you.
All right.
So the child will resist. So transgenerational parenting is not just bringing one old thing and stuffing to the neck of the children.
I have to say thank you for helping us bring everything together, because it is a topic that I know a lot of people don't really truly understand, because they just never thought about those issues before. And hopefully when you put your questions out there on social media at TVC Connect with the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria, we'll be able to help you answer a few of them. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you again next week.
Okay.
All right then. Stay with us. We have to take a quick break and we'll be back with more.
Chef Shebiotimor, I know you've got the Kokore on lockdown, but I'm very curious about something. Since we're talking about vaccines, have you gotten your COVID-19 vaccine? You didn't see that coming out, did you?
I've not.
You've not? Why? Why haven't you?
I'm scared.
You're scared?
Maybe
Soon enough, Abby.
But the feedback I'm hearing about it is not making me to feel comfortable in saying, but I don't know.
Well, I'm of the opinion that it's going to be improved. It's just like any form of medicine.
I'm just afraid.
You're just, chef, it's okay, let's go. Before our chef decides that she wants to collapse.
But I'm still going to, definitely, I'm still going to.
You're still going to get it. Okay, that's fine then. So, Ikokore, so far so good. What have we done?
Well, our meat is boiled.
Okay.
And our pepper.
Our pepper is also ready.
It's getting ready.
Hey, nothing to us.
We are very much okay. So after this, after spicing this,
okay,
we put it inside, and we are good to go.
So this is supposed to be grated.
Yes.
There is no other way to make ikokore. You cannot cut it into tiny cubes.
You can blend it.
Oh, you can blend it as well. But wouldn't it be messy? Well, it's almost the same thing,
but according to experience, some people said blending it will be too smooth that you might not get that taste of, you know, when you grind your pepper with your hand and you are grinding your pepper with your blender, the taste is very different.
See, all these things, see, potato. The most fun thing is to have blended pepper and cook your stew and then eat and be fine.
You don't know when you want to eat and you're eating and you're feeling like, I'm a king.
You're a king. That's how people tell me that the machine-made pounded yam is different from the pounded yam. Please, let's take a look at our screen right now. You will see the ingredients for ikokore in case you missed. In case you missed any item earlier, you might want to script it down. All right, so we'll get on with our cooking. Of course, at the end of the show, you get to see the end results of the ikokore we are making this morning. For now, however, we've gotten to the top of the first hour. 45 minutes left to go on the other side of the hour. Make sure you stay with us. It's Wake Up Nigeria.
Yeah, welcome back. It's the second half. The most exciting time on Breakfast TV. And of course, the first hour was completely remarkable.
Yes, that's correct. A lot of fun activities with us here. So much more still in store for you for the next 4 to 5 minutes. You should have gotten a hang of the day by now. We know you're just resuming for the week. Lucky you. But then again, it's going to get harder.
Goodness me, it's going to get easier for us. Yes, perhaps you're pumped up and ready to seize what's yours for the taking. Don't forget to take us with you. You can stream the show live from absolutely anywhere across the world through our mobile app.
Yes, very good mobile app that. You can also do the same on Facebook. It's going to be great. It's going to be good. You can just catch up. Don't they, Mary? Always. Of course. They do, don't they? And, of course, the kitchen is also buzzed with some very, very tasty delicacies being prepared there now, Mary.
Yeah. Chef Shebiotimor is going to do a lot of grating today. Like, I don't envy all this. Look at this. Look at how beautiful this looks.
I remember doing that as a child with my mom, and I used to get itchy fingers.
Yeah, you said so.
Goodness me, itchy fingers. I don't like remembering that part, but it's really tasty.
It is.
My name is Titilayo Oyinson.
And of course, my name is Maziro Appeal. Also, remember to use the hashtag when you chat with us or anyhow on any platform. Wake Up Nigeria on TVC across all social media platforms to be a part of the show.
Follow us at TVC Connect on all our socials. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Also, please use our hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
Also, shortly, we will be having a musical performance from Aboyishadi Samuel Olawale, a.k.a. Sam Kingpin. He's a singer-songwriter and also record producer. He will be coming with his new tune titled Remember.
And on our health segment for today, Lulu Ogumade, the founder of Precious Conceptions, Nigeria's foremost holistic family building consultancy for couples trying to conceive, will be joining us. She's going to be sharing her surrogacy experience, and she has this burning desire to demystify infertility and so much more. You should stay tuned for that one.
Finally, we will be joined by Afro-pop sensation Okiemute Igorode. I hope I got that right. She's professionally known as Okiemute. She's a singer-songwriter and also performer who rose to fame after winning the 9th edition of the musical reality show Project Fame West Africa in 2016.
So whenever Mike is giggling like this, we always look at him and what could be making Mike giggle?
Why are you laughing?
Humanity, man. We are complicated.
What now?
Trendy, the most petty reason you refuse to date someone.
Hey, do you know that was at the back of my mind? Did you see your Oshodi one?
Let's go get to that one. Let me give this first. This is for Alima.
Wow.
Let the camera. Let it come to me.
He's actually calling the camera too.
For Gaddafi and Zainab, for two of you.
Jibril,
This
don't
was the
forget
reason that
Jibril.
this one is not part of it. His mama must too big for a guy. You push know yourself. Stop it. Two of you. Okay.
If I go any further on that one, I'll be revealing too much. So let me not talk exactly. Let me not say exactly.
I'm not part of this.
You know what I'm about to say, yeah?
So the one I saw was the girl said, what's your name? What's your surname? He said, my surname is Oshodi. She said, give me 15 naira change.
Wow.
You understand? He complimented.
Yeah, so,
Yeah,
so
Exactly.
that's the thing. That I've met some girls that say when they're too into them, they
It's a bit
don't
too much.
like it.
Feels
And
crowded.
I've always wondered about that.
No, but you know,
It's the fear of
I
obsession.
actually
Yeah.
I felt that way at one time. I was dating a lady who actually was too invested in me. She'd actually come over to the office, wanted to go home together.
Yeah.
She'd buy me this, buy me
They
that.
use-
every
they call
single
it clingy.
It was a bit too clingy, yeah. I eventually told her very politely, however, it didn't work, that I feel crowded. We just, you know.
It's a lie. She was
So,
spoiling
you know,
your run.
but the thing is, later on, if you meet another girl similar, like that, and you'd be like, I missed it.
Okay, let me just read this one. Say,
Exactly.
she sabi drag Jen. Why you go sabi how to change plug of Jen? You be Said.
It's time for another news update on Wake Up Nigeria. The situation in Imo State is ringing a bell in neighboring Abia State as the government has declared a curfew on the capital, Umuahia, and Aba, the state's commercial city. The curfew, which took effect yesterday, will last between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. until further notice. This follows security reports received from multiple sources and informed the need to continue to protect citizens and residents of the state. The statement, signed by the Commissioner for Information, John Okiemute, says security agencies have been directed to ensure strict enforcement and compliance with the directive. Only those on essential services with proper identification are exempted from the curfew. In the early hours of yesterday, about 2,000 inmates of the correctional center in Owerri, capital of Imo State, were freed when gunmen attacked the facility. Headquarters of the State Police Command was also attacked and burnt. Still in the southeast, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, says the federal government will do everything to ensure that security is beefed up in communities affected by the recent communal clashes and violent attacks in Ebonyi State. Professor Osinbajo stated this during his Sunday visit to the state. He condemned the attacks and sympathized with the victims, describing the acts as cowardly, wicked, and very deeply distressing. Identifying that the lives lost cannot be replaced, the Vice President pledged that families seeking justice will get it and will also be supported. Assuring the people of improved security in affected areas, the Vice President added that the National Emergency Management Agency would assess the incidents and provide support to victims and help rebuild the affected communities. Also, the Vice President has expressed deep sadness over the passing of Director of Ford Foundation, West Africa, Innocent Chukwuma, who died on Saturday. Professor Shimbajo also commiserated with the family members, friends, and associates of the late civil society leader, noting that Nigeria has lost a thoroughbred social activist whose relentless pursuit of justice and the common good will be an enduring legacy. In a personal tribute through his senior special assistant on media and publicity, Laolu Akonde, the vice president described Innocent Chukwuma as a friend and collaborator of many years. He prayed God to comfort his wife, family, and loved ones, and blessings on his memory and legacy. The Nigerian Air Force has denied reports by an online publication that the wreckage of the missing Alpha jet was found in Bama, Borno State. The publication also claimed the body of one of the pilots was also found. In a statement by the Air Force Director of Public Relations, Air Commodore Edward Gabwet, from the day the reader of the aircraft lost contact control on the 31st of March. As a professional fighting force, it has been keeping members of the public abreast and updated. The Air Force described the report as disheartening, noting that unverified stories could be published without any effort to confirm its veracity from the Nigerian Air Force. The statement adds that while search and rescue efforts are being sustained until the wreckage of the aircraft is found, the Nigerian Air Force wishes to reassure the public that it shall be informed of any update as regards the missing aircraft. Let's turn to other stories now. The Minister of Education, Adamu, has invited the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics to an emergency meeting following a threat by the union to embark on a strike. A statement by the Director, Press and Public Relations of the Federal Ministry of Education, Ben Bim Gong, says the meeting is to avert any form of industrial action by the union. ASU is threatening to down-tool over the federal government's refusal to implement some agreements reached with the union. And that's it on the news update for the second hour of the show. Welcome back. Now it's about time for us to take a performance this Tuesday morning. Now we have Aborishade Samuel Olawale, a.k.a. Sam Kingpin. Now he's a singer, songwriter, and record producer. And right now he's got a new tune. It's titled Remember. What do you want us to remember?
Mostly childhood memories.
Childhood memories?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So there must be a particular memory that, you know, came to mind when you put together this song.
Yeah. The memories I have were the memories of, you know, when we were kids. We used to make all this kind of plays, like all these uchokantas, robbers, we do suwe and stuff like that.
Wow.
So I just have the idea, like, okay, let me make a song about childhood memories, because those stuff are actually fading away right now.
You know what? It sounds like an amazing idea. It must have been fun to write and hopefully fun to perform. Yeah. Take it away, Kingpin.
Nice, really nice. You know, when I first saw Kingpin, I was thinking Kingpin, then I realized after hearing it's music Kingpin we're talking about here. All right, and talking about Kingpins, we're talking about experiences, right? The real thing. Now, for experiences, we're dealing with health now, okay? I know when we talk about health on Wake Up Nigeria, you expect to see a doctor, but it's from a totally different angle today, because our guest is Toyin Lolu Ogumade. She is the founder of Precious Conceptions, Nigeria's famous holistic family building consultancy for couples trying to conceive while, well, she will be joining us to share her surrogacy experience. Now, just for a bit of background, I should let you know that Toyin has a burning desire to demystify infertility and eradicate the societal stigma attached to it through advocacy, education, and awareness. So great to have you in the studio with us.
Thank you.
I had to take that deep breath because I'm trying to process where to start from. Because surrogacy, especially in the African society, is seen as almost a taboo. Like, why would you expect someone to carry your baby for you? But let's start from the very beginning.
Yes.
What factors would lead to someone considering surrogacy?
Okay, so first, surrogacy is when you employ the services of a third party usually a woman that has had a child, a living child, to carry a pregnancy for you because you are not able to do so yourself. So there must be a health reason. It's not basically because of vanity.
It's not fashionable.
It's not fashion. Every woman wants to get pregnant and carry a child. Now, some do it because of vanity, but basically because there's a health issue. So it's either the womb is not competent enough, or the person has had recurrent miscarriages. Or there has been post-surgery complications, like post-fibroid surgery complications.
Or failed IVF.
Or, yeah, that is one of the reasons. But usually the reason is there's something wrong with the uterus, or there's something wrong with the woman herself, and she is not able to carry a pregnancy to term.
Is psychological reason also acceptable? Like if the woman probably isn't psychologically ready, she wants a baby, but she doesn't think she has that emotional strength to carry the pregnancy. Is that usually allowed?
Well, it is once in a while, because you come across people that have phobias.
Yeah.
And they have a reason for that. Maybe they've had some trauma, you know, in times past. But then for some of them, we walk them through counseling, and they're able to overcome this, and they go through pregnancy themselves. But for some, they have shut down. And the only way around it is to employ a gestational carrier.
So when you find out that you have no option, and then you've decided, okay, I have to get a gestational carrier, what are the things you need to know?
Okay, so you can either do this on your own by yourself, or you go through your hospital, or you go through an agency that can help you. 3 choices. If you're going to go through it yourself, like I did, it could be a bit challenging because you need to know what to look out for. Even if you're using an agency, at least you need to know what they are doing on your behalf. So primarily, the woman must have had a living child. That's
to reduce the attachment she would have with the baby when she gives birth.
Yes, and also to prove that she can carry a pregnancy to term without any complication. Okay, so that is primary. Second thing is she must be of the reproductive years. Now, you can jumpstart the uterus at any point in time, but it's always advisable to use a younger woman, preferably between age 25 and age 39, 40, because you're sure she's not
I'm happy you mentioned that, because I've actually heard a story of a lady who asked her mom to help her. So her mom did help her carry her baby.
That's why I said you can jumpstart.
You can jumpstart.
You know, in extreme cases, you can do that. But preferably when a woman is younger, it's advisable, it's better. Because then you know she will most likely not have pregnancy complications like diabetes or hypertension or things like that. So it's usually advisable. Then, of course, she must have clean health records. She'll go through health screening. She'll go through psychological...
All of this paid for by you?
By the couple. You know, and then background checks. You want to know who you are working with, whether she has any criminal record or whether she has a verifiable address. So we go through all of those security checks. If you're using a hospital, you will believe that your hospital would have done that for you. If you're using an agency, you would want to believe the agency
that all
has
of those have been done. But if you're doing it yourself,
you have
but which one would you advise? I know quite well that you did it yourself, but would you have preferred using an agency or going to
I
your
did
hospital?
it with the help of my hospital, actually, because I was in India and I didn't know India at all that time. So I used an Indian surrogate. So I worked with my hospital, but then I had to screen the women they presented to me, and I made that decision with the help of my doctor. But what we do now is we take on that responsibility for the families, because, hey, this person is going through a distress already. She knows she can't
You don't want
carry.
to add to it.
You don't want to add to it. So you try to take it away from them as much as possible.
Now that we've established the things you need to know if you want to get a surrogate, how do you create a healthy relationship with that surrogate without crossing lines?
Okay. So what we have in Nigeria is usually an anonymous kind of service.
Oh, wow,
so
really?
You don't know your surrogate mother. Some people request for an open relationship, but open relationship is managed and controlled and dictated by the hospital or the agency. In my own case, I had an open relationship all through. I knew my surrogates. She was with me all through. You know, so she became my best friend for 9 months, for 9-10 months. She became my best friend. She lived in the hospital all through. We got a room for her in the hospital. I had a fantastic relationship with her, and I I always want people to do that. Do you understand? Because you connect. You have this baby growing. You're not the one carrying. So how do you bond? How do you connect? Now, I tell people you're investing your emotions. It's not just your finances. You're investing your emotions and you're connecting with that unborn child, although another person is carrying.
Yeah.
So in my own case, we had an open relationship. She is Gujarati. She speaks Hindi, Gujarati. I speak English, but we connected, we spoke, we communicated.
Wow.
It was awesome.
As much as I would like for us to continue this conversation, I just want to touch on one last thing.
Yes.
What budget should someone create if they want to have a surrogate?
In Nigeria?
Yes.
Plus IVF, plus
yeah.
legal fees, plus just surrogate care.
Yeah.
Prepare for like 8-9 million.
8-9 million,
Yes.
including what you paid the surrogate?
Yes, prepare for like an 8-9 million.
Wow. Isn't it, when you're able to have a child naturally, believe me, you don't know the struggle so many other people go through. Thank you so much for coming to share this.
Thank you.
Really appreciate having you on the show.
Thank you.
All right, it's time for us to take a break. We'll be back. Wake Up Nigeria continues in a bit.
You are welcome. Finally, we have been joined by Afro-pop sensation Okiemute Igoroje, professionally known as Okiemute. She's a singer-songwriter and also performer who rose to fame after winning the 9th edition of the music reality show Project Fame West Africa in 2016. She hasn't stopped making music ever since then, and she's about to tell us all about her musical journey here on Wake Up Nigeria. You are welcome, Okiemute.
Hello.
Now I got that right, yeah, Okiemute.
Yes.
Did I get it right?
Okay, you did.
I did, you see?
You didn't have to go all Robonic
well,
now.
I was telling them from before that it's actually Okiemute, because I really want to get that, the essence out of it, that Uroboness in it. And I love that you kept your original name. It's something not everybody does, but it's beautiful. It shows you as African. Of course, your music is all about being African, and I love your videos.
Thank you.
But tell us about your journey since after winning the reality show.
Well, it's been a very long time now.
Okay.
I'd say it's 5 years.
6 years now.
Yes.
Yeah, if my math is correct. Yes, it is 6 years.
Okay, so it's been an amazing one, like learning, getting to understand the industry, meeting lovely people, understanding myself and my music. It's been an amazing one. There's been struggles, definitely, especially with the last year, which was 2020. Everyone.
Now, everybody knows about that. You don't need to add it to your age even. It's okay.
I think we'll minus that.
So when you said 5 years, I understand.
So, yeah. So, like, last year didn't happen.
It didn't exist. Yeah, exactly.
So, there's been ups and downs, but the major part is that I was being able to learn and understand where I want to be and where I am in the industry, Well,
let's talk about reality TV.
Okay.
Do you think that if you hadn't gotten that opportunity from the reality, winning the reality TV, that this would have been your path? Do you think that was a big influence in where you are now? And what would have been the difference if not?
There wouldn't have been much difference, I would say, because before Project Fame, I was doing live
band already.
Yes, I owned a live band actually, and I really wanted to relocate from Port Harcourt to Lagos.
Okay.
To start music mainstream before Project Fame. But Project Fame came along the way. I would say it was just more like a little catalyst to, getting me.
Are you grateful for that opportunity? Because my next question actually is bent on.
Is there anybody that will not be grateful?
Well, you see, the thing they say, and I've heard some horror stories about reality TV, about the promises for after, that some of them never come through, and it's actually not what you think. It's painted a bigger picture than what actually happens after. I've heard some stories. I don't know if you can confirm or not.
Well,
in your experience,
in my experience, it's not it. All right. Everything that I was promised was being done.
Okay.
Right, and we were being taught a lot of things in the house.
Okay.
Getting to know that after winning the show does not mean that you just sit down and cross your leg and say, oh, they not. Come on, let's say what's the number of people that was watching you? What's the number of people that wants to know you? When you were in the show, you were actually doing other people's song. You have to learn how to do your own song, and people have to appreciate you for you. So you can't just sit down and expect that because you won one show, you will not cross your leg and be expecting one big something. No.
So how much effort did you have to put in after you came out? And I know that there's some challenging experience in trying to push your own music, especially after leaving such a reality show where you're relying on people's already big music. Now you have to do your own thing. So how much effort did you have to put in?
Well, like I said, I had to understand what kind of genre I'm most suited for. I had to understand where my audience are. I had to understand what my target audience are. I had to understand a lot of things with music, even the writing process. You know, I used to write, but then I had to understand that, okay, you are not now writing for yourself anymore. You are writing for the audience. It's it's commercial music. You're writing for other people, you know. And sometimes what you actually love is not what the audience wants to hear. You know, I had to understand how to put in me and what the audience wants into one song. You know, so that it doesn't just leave the essence of me. You know, you get to see the essence of Okiemute, and you get to see the essence of what the industry itself wants. So
is live music or live, coming from that background, is it commercial enough for broadcast, for being on air, for people vibing to, like we have the Afrobeat stage and all of that? Is live music capable, do you think?
I think everything relies on live music.
Or maybe what I should have asked you is, what genre did you finally find yourself comfortable in?
Well, I've always been very comfortable in Afrobeat. You know, I would say I used to call it Afrofusion. You know, so I infuse Afro into almost every genre. You know, I do Afro. There's R&B. You know, there's dancehall Afro. So I just infuse Afro in everything I do. I feel like the essence of me is African. And the essence of me is Afro, and I put in those things into other genres that exist in the world.
You also put in a bit of dancing, I see.
Yeah, I love
If I asked you to do a bit of stepping here, would you be able to do that? Couldn't you?
Definitely. Come on, definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna make you do that, but not just yet.
Come on.
Don't worry. Okay, so let's do a video. Let's do a video, and then maybe when we get back, I will be able to convince her to do that waist thing you do. I don't know what it is.
Really?
Well, let's check out the video. Maybe we'll get her somewhere in the middle to do it.
Oh my God.
I see you just pass my heart, take up. Just because I'm looking at you. I see you just pass my heart, take up. Just because I'm looking at you. And every time you call, I they go crazy. All my enemies say they won't chase you. Take your time, may they no function. I'm on everything they want taste. And if I know your mind, I know say me go give you go bill. Oh my baby for life, I swear me no go use you draw well. And if I know your mind, I know say me go give you go bill. You my baby for life. You're causing trouble. Baby, take it easy, you're causing trouble. You're causing trouble. Baby, take it easy, you're causing trouble. Only kiss only take it slowly. Make you not use me goldie. Make we not turn his story. Make I knock you, baby. Wanting, girl. Make you not use me goldie. Make we not turn his story. You're causing trouble. Baby, take it easy. You're causing trouble. serious, you know go carry and grace. As you just dey pass my heart,
I don't know if you guys know what she was trying to teach me. What's that called? I don't know what it's called, but I can't do that.
Man, you just need to shake your weight, you know, to release the weight of temptation.
Everybody here knows I can't dance to save my life. But dancing and Nigerian music is actually hand in hand. P Square, they do it. They made plenty of ways with the ability to dance and sing as well.
Yes.
You're doing the same thing. If you subtract that from your music, do you think it'll be any different? I mean, your music is danceable. It's dance music in any case, African.
Yeah.
So you have to.
Yeah, but then I have like some really slow, you know, songs like it has like an Afro element with R&B.
Okay.
Where I get to just stay in one place and literally sing.
Okay.
You know, so because I'm working on an EP.
Okay.
And
Great.
I have like I have fusions of R&B, Afro, dancehall, Afro. I have like Afro beats. You know, so I get to have some point whereby you're just on the stage and you're just standing at one point. You know, that's that moment where you just want to call on your ancestors to come and be with you while you're singing and rendering your voice out, other than just moving.
Each time you talk about stage, I see this glow in you. It's like you really love being live, being on stage, don't you?
That's where I actually have fun.
Yeah, I can imagine. But isn't that the fear that something might just go wrong? And I crack my voice, for instance, or I might drop. What happens then?
Well, I would say it's part of the performance. It's part of everything. So I always tell people, don't get scared. Just enjoy yourself on stage. That's the most important thing. Your stage is more like your home, where you dwell. You know, so when you're at home, don't you feel good?
Because you mastered it already.
Yeah,
you know, it's your thing.
It's your thing. So just
tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna see a performance. One of your performances from guess where? Project Fame.
Jeez, Christ.
When we get back, we'll be entertaining you some other way.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Voices when they play. His sister asking why for a million times. She hopes that he would walk one day. But if wishes were airplanes, then beggars would fly. Is anybody listening? Is anybody crying? The earth is my witness.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I got depth in your voice. It's like, beautiful. Welcome to the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's All Mary's Kitchen, and we have Chef Okiemute in here today. What have you guys been doing?
So she made, don't worry, let me not do the talking. Let her do the talking. Tell us about breakfast today.
Yes. Ikokore, elite ikokore.
Elite. Sorry, go.
It's just what I am, stockfish, turkey, crayfish.
Then dig into this thing. I expected you to have picked your
Plus Jesus minus second.
Amen. Oh my. I hate turkey. Hey, turkey. I prefer the turkey inside.
It's actually
that's it like on top of it, I'm sure.
This one?
I'm pretty sure.
Can get to it later.
Find that way.
What say you?
Nice,
you like it? Have you had ikokore before? Never.
What I am.
Welcome to the club.
But it's all mashed up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
I don't know what it is chewing right now,
Nah.
but I'm pretty sure it's not ikokore.
I'm
No,
chewing
on
some memories.
There's something I'm
there's a spice I'm getting. I don't know.
You can't put your
Could it be
finger
the
on it yet.
crayfish?
No, it's not the crayfish.
Maybe cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Oh, nice.
She put cinnamon even.
Yes. Cinnamon. Cinnamon. I love it.
And this took you how long to prepare, by the way? All here?
Oh, yeah, we
This is
did
not
everything.
TV magic.
No, we did everything here.
Hey, brilliant stuff. Thank you very much, Okiemute, for coming. We love your performance. We love you. We love the fact that you're here.
Thank you so
Chef
much.
Shibiotimor. And of course, we've got Mary. Sorry, that's Mary. Titi.
Yeah.
How's it going in there?
Yeah.
Say
Tomorrow's
goodbye.
Wonder Woman Wednesday, y'all.
Yes, so
Yes,
we can't
indeed.
wait. It's going to be a full house, literally. Did I just let the cat out of the bag?
Ah, well, you did. Anyways, stay tuned. It's your view next on here. So we'll catch you. They'll catch you tomorrow. I'll catch you the day after.
Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.